A warm welcome to Nationwide. I am Mina Daniels. Vice President Kashim Shettima has departed Abuja, Nigeria, to attend the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly holding in New York, United States of America, from Monday, September 22nd to Sunday, September 28th, 2025. Vice President Shettima, who is representing President Bola Tinubu at the global event, will deliver Nigeria's national statement and join other dignitaries at the UN high-level general debates, among other side events. The Vice President will also announce Nigeria's new nationally determined contributions under the Paris Agreement at this year's UN special event on climate. The 10th edition of the ECOWAS Sustainable Energy Forum 2025 has held in Banjul, the Gambia, as one of the key components marking the 50th anniversary of ECOWAS. Energy ministers, experts, partners and civil society discussed solutions to accelerate access to sustainable energy, particularly through the regional electricity market, clean mobility, the water, energy, agriculture nexus, and expanding access to clean cooking. Green hydrogen was identified as a strategic opportunity requiring pilot projects, financing, and enhanced cooperation. The forum was also used to honor actors in innovation and sustainable development who are supporting the regional commitment to clean energy as a driver of resilience and prosperity. Climate activists in Abuja have joined millions around the world to commemorate the Draw the Line Day of Global Climate Action. The day underscores a collective call to end climate injustice, poverty, and environmental destruction, even as vulnerable communities continue to suffer the impacts of increasingly severe weather events. Charles Alpha reports.
Where this little boy and others like him can breathe clean air and live worthy lives, they marched. From the Millennium Park through the Unity Fountain to the Ministry of Justice, activists marched bearing placards with different inscriptions. On this Fund the Future, Not Crisis March, part of the Drawing the Line Day for Global Climate Action, they demanded an end to the use of public funds for destructive industries that fuel floods, fires, heat waves, hunger, and poverty.
There should be debt cancellation for climate, enabling African countries like Nigeria to channel resources towards resilience and sustainability. That the National Assembly to expedite action on the environmental, social, and health impact assessment bill.
We are backing this campaign to also lend our voice to end poverty, to end injustice when it comes to climate, and also even highlight gender justice.
The Draw the Line Day Global Climate Action also serves as a stark reminder that humanity and the Earth have less than 3 years, 305 days to avoid an irreversible tipping point if global temperatures are not kept within 1.5 degrees Celsius. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
The Federal Ministry of Environment says it has recorded significant strides across all areas of its mandate. Minister of Environment, Balarabe Abbas Lawal, disclosed this while reeling out the ministry's achievements since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu assumed office in 2023. Charles Safa reports.
Over 10 million trees, the minister said, have been planted nationwide since 2023, while preparations are underway to raise 25 million drought-resistant seedlings across 11 frontline states. The ministry has also established 195 kilometers of shelter belts to combat desertification and protect vulnerable communities. To promote renewable energy and reduce deforestation, the ministry distributed mini solar systems, solar street lights, super saver stoves, and solar pump across northern states. Vocational training and empowerment program for youth and women has also reduced dependence on fuel wood. Through the AgriSoil project, more than 978,000 hectares of degraded lands, he said, have been restored, while 13.7 billion naira was disbursed to 361 communities to boost agricultural productivity.
In the ministry, we have agencies and departments working together. There is no alternative to us. So we must try to keep our environment clean.
The minister noted that Nigeria has issued a 50 billion naira green bond, launched the National Clean Cooking Policy, and secured renewable energy partnership with China. He said these achievements demonstrate the Tinubu administration's renewed hope agenda in promoting environmental protection, job creation, and sustainable economic growth. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
To ensure smooth ban on open grazing in the nation's city center and relocation of cattle to grazing reserves, the Ministry of Livestock Development has performed groundbreaking ceremony for the revamping of Kawu Grazing Reserve in Buhari Area Council of the FCT. Yusuf Jika reports that the event has not only provided a platform for sustainable livestock production, but serves as a panacea for peaceful coexistence and socio-economic development.
It is more than policy on paper, it is a promise unfolding, a dream of modern livestock management now breaking ground, bridging renewed hope to pastoralists and livestock farmers across the country. At the center of this transformation is the Kawu Grazing Reserve in the FCT, stretching over 9,000 hectares with capacity to host thousands of cattle. The land is being reshaped into a model of possibility. Industrial boreholes are springing up to quench thirst. Fresh pastures are being cultivated to nourish herds, earth dams dredged and expanded to secure water, and a veterinary clinic established to safeguard animal health.
The administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR is committed to ensuring that Nigeria is a food secure nation.
You have seen it here now. Certainly, we will be moving around this country, all the grazing reserves. We have some activities going on.
This is the first borehole in this area since this grazing reserve was created. You could see the excitement in the small children. Women were ululating. Elders were shaking their heads in amazement that this is happening in their lifetime.
It's a clear indication that the Nigerian pastoralist has accepted Mr. President's visionary action.
From policy documents to the fields, the Ministry of Livestock Development is leaving nothing behind at ensuring this grazing reserve and other tree in the FCT are provided with the necessary amenities that can accommodate pastoralists and other livestock farmers for improved productivity and also put an end to open grazing that is usually associated with farmer-herder clashes. In Kawu Grazing Reserve, Buhari Area Council FCT, Yusuf Jika, NTA News.
President Bola Tinubu celebrates and fondly rejoices with his wife, First Lady Oluremi Tinubu, on her 65th birthday. Fondly calling her name in a message to her, the president honored the love of his life, whom he describes as a woman of strength and enduring grace, who has stood by the president on the journey of life. Thanking God for the First Lady's health and unwavering love, the president prays that the years ahead be filled with joy, peace, and the fulfillment she so richly deserves. Meanwhile, Vice President Kashim Shettima has expressed profound honor to Mother of the Nation, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, on her 65th birthday. A statement personally signed by the Vice President reflects on the countless years of brilliant motherhood, exemplary service to nationhood, and the brilliance, compassion, and steady support that a First Lady can provide to her husband and entire nation. He notes that when the history of his great nation, and in particular President Tinubu's administration, is written, her name will be inscribed in gold. Wishing the First Lady continued good health, joy, peace and fulfillment, the Vice President commends her sense of unity and upliftment of humanity that have touched millions of lives through her pet project, the Renewed Hope Initiative, which reverberates across the nation through women empowerment, youth development, education and empowerment of the needy. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has praised the wife of the President and mother of the nation, Senator Remi Tinubu, on her 65th birthday, describing her as a pillar of love and strength to the husband, the less privileged, and the nation at large. In a congratulatory message, Akpabio says the First Lady is a radiation of love and a philanthropist of note who has proven time and again that love and the milk of kindness flow endlessly in her veins. Again, Deputy President of our Senate, Barau Jibrin, has celebrated the First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, on the occasion of her 65th birthday celebration, commending her contribution to nation building through her pet project, the Renewed Hope Initiative, and praying God grants her long life, sound health and wisdom in her endeavors, and support to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to successfully deliver the Renewed Hope agenda for the peace and progress of the nation. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, commends the First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, for choosing the occasion of her birthday to strengthen education, especially among the less privileged, through the Oluremi at 65 Education Fund, describing the First Lady as the mother of the nation. Speaker Abbas notes that President Bola Tinubu could not have had a better partner than his wife, who is equally an icon of democracy. Niger State Governor Ahmed Umar Bago extends his heartfelt felicitation to the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, as she turns 65, saying it is a landmark age and appreciating God for allowing the celebrant to attend such a milestone in good health. The governor also praised that God will continue to grant her more years, strength and wisdom to serve humanity better. And Chairman, Nigerians and Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Arewa, has felicitated with the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, on her landmark 65th birthday, describing her as God sent to Nigeria. Dabiri Arewa, in her message, describes Senator Oluremi Tinubu as a rare gift, extolling the First Lady as a compassionate and dedicated woman. Her Excellency Dame Patience Jonathan, PhD, former First Lady, Federal Republic of Nigeria, sends her hearty congratulations to Her Excellency Senator Oluremi Tinubu, First Lady, Federal Republic of Nigeria, on her 65th birthday, wishing her more glorious years ahead in sound health, God's protection, and happiness. It is now time to head to Lagos Network Center, where Kamia Keri Adiola is standing by with stories from that end. Hello.
Automation sensitization exercise for Nigeria's overtime cargo clearance, which aims to inform stakeholders of a system's benefit, is fostering collaboration among key players seeking enhanced efficiency and transparency. Adejoke Odeka completes the report.
For years, Nigerian ports have grappled with cargo congestion, prompting the Nigeria Customs Service to introduce clearance ultimatums and task forces. Now, the Nigerian Customs has developed an overtime automation app to further enhance results for importers, exporters, and logistics operators.
The e-clearance system will give you room to clear your cargoes, to request for clearance from the comfort of your office without necessarily writing applications and letters and going through zonal commands or the headquarters to submit your letters.
Comptroller General of Customs Adewale Adeniyi underscores the importance of stakeholder awareness on the new system, highlighting it as pivotal for streamlining cargo operations and enhancing overall efficiency at Nigerian ports.
Is to streamline the process of management of our overtime cargo, put in place transparency, make it easier for owners of those goods to access it within the stipulated time frame. The system is plug and play, and it is ready to roll on the current Bodogu system that we have.
The Nigeria Customs Service Automation Initiative prioritizes process simplification, business facilitation, procedural transparency, and data integrity as core objectives, distinctly focusing on operational efficiency rather than revenue generation. In Lagos, Adejoke Odeka, NTA News.
Towards becoming a $20 billion pan-African film economy, stakeholders in the film industry converged on Lagos to forge a path to new frontiers that will enable the survival and growth of a sector in Africa. This was the focus of the Africa Film Finance Forum, which seeks to transform Africa's rich storytelling heritage into global competitive industry. Emil Doru's report is here presented.
The creative industry is no doubt a significant contributor to economic growth, innovation, job creation, and revenue generation, contributing to the global GDP. The platform provided by the Africa Film Finance Forum serves as an engine room to pull together visionaries, including filmmakers, investors, policymakers, finance, distributors and tech innovators to find new ways to catalyze the growth of the industry in Africa as a global content powerhouse. These engagements also seek to position African stories as a driving force for wealth creation, identifying the need to put in place the right frameworks that will enhance film production, distribution, and transparency.
If the finance industry only pays attention to production, then when is the distributor going to have the financial muscle to actually acquire what it is that you have?
It's part of the conversations here is for filmmakers to embrace emerging technologies, which are blockchain technologies for distribution.
The government has to be on its feet to change the laws, look at the laws, look at setting things, what are the incentives that they need to give to this industry to boost it.
We need to put so many funding schemes in place. It's not only about grants.
For the NTA, its role in projecting the true African perspective and Nigeria's image is pivotal, as the Executive Director of Finance, Akinke Effiong, joins other industry stakeholders in the conversation.
We have the studios, we have the equipment, we have the distribution as well. So NTA is really the key, and at the moment where you have Netflix and some of the other streaming platforms moving out of Nigeria, NTA has become overnight very relevant.
Stakeholders believe this is the moment for Africa's stories to shape the global market, but only with the right financing and platforms will such narratives drive prosperity.
And those are the reports from Lagos. Nationwide will continue in Abuja with Mina when we return from this break.
Welcome back to Abuja. Muslims across the country have been urged to start looking for the new moon of Rabiul al-Thani, 1447 after Hijrah, on Monday, 22nd of September 2025, which corresponds with the 29th of Rabiul al-Awwal, 1447 after Hijrah. The call is contained in a statement by the Chairman Advisory Committee on Religious Affairs, Sultanate Council, and Wazirin Sokoto, Professor Sambo Wali Junaidu. Muslims who sight the new moon are advised to report to the nearest district or village head for onward communication to the Sultan of Sokoto and President General Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, Muhammad Sa'ad Abubakar. The First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has again extended financial support to women entrepreneurs in Kaduna State. The First Lady was represented at the event by the Kaduna State Commissioner for Business, Innovation and Technology, Mohammed Umar Ajingi, reports.
Blessing Emmanuel is among many women entrepreneurs who gathered here to receive support from the First Lady.
And we want to say we will support the regime APC, we will support Tinubu, we will support Ubasani.
Through the Renewed Hope Initiative and the Tony Elumelu Foundation, grants were given to support these women entrepreneurs across Kaduna State.
I tell them thank you very much. May God keep them and may God help them.
The jubilation and dances of excitement that captures the attention of the representative of the First Lady while on stage to deliver her message.
Let me emphasize that this is not a loan. It is a grant and a seed of renewed hope to help you recapitalize your existing businesses. It is my firm belief that when you empower a woman, you empower a household, a community, and indeed a nation.
Blessing and many others now empowered with business support called for sustainability of the program. In Kaduna, I'm Muhammad Marajingi, NTA News.
In an atmosphere of conflicts and discord, women and children are most times the victims. Against such divide, Women for Peace in Nigeria stands committed to closing gaps and building bridges in promoting peace among Nigerians. Ngozi Technical tells us more about the 27th anniversary of the organization.
For nearly 3 decades, Women for Peace in Nigeria has served as a catalyst for change, empowering women and youths, promoting peace in communities, and fostering unity across Nigeria. An initiative that has touched countless lives, inspiring a new generation of leaders.
We are happy as Nigerians that the first Mama Africa is coming from here. It means a lot for Nigerian women. What it means is that we are blazing the trail.
And we are advocating that research and development should be initiated to review the gender-based violence against women.
Mama Africa is such a woman with a large heart, a golden heart, not only to women but to the orphans.
Award today is a responsibility that has been given to us women, not Dr. Mariam, but for all of us women, to make sure we work for peace in our homes. Peace starts from home.
The event was capped with the crowning as Mama Africa of the brain behind the inspiration of driving the Women for Peace in Nigeria in recognition of her activities beyond the shores of Nigeria. In Abuja, Ngozi Technical, NTA News.
Works Minister David Umahi has expressed worry over the deplorable condition of roads in parts of the country. During an inspection tour to Abuja, Kaduna, Zaria, Kano Highway projects and the Abuja, Lokoja, Okene, Benin roads under construction, the Works Minister reinstated commitment by the current administration towards reconstructing the failed roads. Kenneth Nanim reports.
It was a marathon for the Works Minister David Umahi and his inspection team, including the media, to monitor ongoing Abuja, Kaduna, Zaria, Kano Road project. A total of 761 billion naira is to be expended on the reconstruction work.
That is very courageous, and I commend Mr. President very highly for his interest, in building this road.
Works Minister explains that the President has directed for continuation of all NNPC projects, and this road in particular is expected to be completed within 14 months.
The President wants us to replicate what, we see in the West. You see a road, you see grasses, you see trees, you see solar light, you see security cameras.
The Minister is also particular about the
quality of work being delivered on this road, considering the thickness of the concrete enforcement pavement, which is about 20 meters thick from the stone-based foundation, which he said guarantees the durability of the project. From the Abuja Kaduna Zaria Kano Road, the inspection team proceeded to various sections within the Abuja Lokoja Okenebini Road, which is a total of 460 kilometers. These include ongoing construction at the Abuja Cotton Crafty section and the Lokoja Bridge, now in deplorable condition. The slow pace of work in some sections of the road is of concern to the minister.
The 3 jobs we gave out in 2023, they may be facing the FCC, as we summon them to the office. Their quality good, but the pace is terrible.
It is expected that inspection of construction projects across the country will continue in due course. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the federal government has been commended for her commitment to developing the nation by initiating projects that have direct impact on the well-being of the citizens. The Joint National Assembly Committee on Works gave the commendation at the end of a 3-day oversight of ongoing federal projects in the Southeast. Blessing Ayawu reports.
The Joint National Assembly Committee on Works on Oversight of Federal Projects in the Southeast inspected Enugu-Port Harcourt Road Section 3 Dual Carriage, Enugu-Abakaliki Highway Flyover, Aba-Port Harcourt Expressway Section 2, rehabilitation of Achingali, Udobi, Uwana-Ubakala Road and bridge across Imo River. Other sites include the Anambra axis of ongoing construction of Enugu-Onitsha Expressway, dualization of Night Mile Enugu-Otukpo-Makurdi Road project, and Abakwa Junction axis of Enugu-Onitsha Highway. All these projects are at various stages of completion.
A few years to the last administration, this road was awarded, but the real funding has come with this administration, which is a big plus to Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our president.
So far, so good. We hope that the president continues in this direction. If he continues, within a short time, the roads in the south will all be completely motorable.
Governor of Enugu State, during an audience with the lawmakers at the government house, thanked the federal government for the huge investment in the zone.
We take road infrastructure very seriously here, and we cannot do that in isolation. So that is why this committee is of utmost importance to us, because we need to work in sync with the federal government.
He, however, employed the federal government to give Enugu State special attention, given her historical background in Enugu. Blessing Ayawu, NTA News.
Time to head to Kaduna Network Center, where Salamatu is standing by with reports from that part. Hello, Salamatu. It's over to you.
And glad to have you join us here. The Kaduna State Governor Ubasani has promised that his administration will not borrow to finance projects. He made this promise at the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of the road that connects Kayarda Tasha, Kayarda Gari, Ungwansarki, Maskawa, and Dan Alhaji towns in Lere local government. Muhammad Umar Ajingi reports.
This is Lere local government area, one of the villages rich in agricultural production in Kaduna State. It is now the turn of these villages, particularly the farmers here, to get access road to market. The Kaduna State Governor and his team that have been going around different local government areas across the state for a while now, opening up the villages, constructing road for the people, are here to perform the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of roads in Lere local government area.
By investing in these foundational elements, we aim to boost rural economies, create more opportunities for citizens, and support sustainable development for thriving rural communities. Today's ceremony is not just about breaking ground. It is about breaking barriers. It is about opening up opportunities, especially for farmers, businessmen, and women in Lere local government area.
The people, including politicians, applauded the effort of the Kaduna State governor in trying to put smiles on the faces of the less privileged. For about 2 weeks now, the Kaduna State government has been going around the state across villages, opening up the villages. Lere is now the latest local government in the state to have new roads across the town. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Marajingi, NTA News.
From Nere, we move to security matters. The fight against insecurity in Nigeria is receiving a boost as military is building operational capacity across all theater of operations. Chief of Training Nigerian Army Major General Abubakar Sadiq Ndalulu stated this during the beating of retreat ceremony held at the Nigerian Defense Academy, NTA Kaduna, as part of the graduation of cadets. Suraj Abdullahi reports.
It was a time of honor, tradition, and tactical excellence as the Nigerian Defense Academy, Kaduna, hosted the 2025 beating of retreat ceremony, a symbolic and colorful event that reflected military discipline, precision, and pride. The ceremony featured a captivating array of activities, including the presentation of awards to outstanding cadets and platoons for excellence in training and leadership. A major highlight of the event was the performance by the silence drill team, whose flawless weapon handling choreography, executed without a single verbal command, drew admiration from the crowd, showcasing the military discipline and cohesion. Also featured was the Alpert Combat March, a newly introduced tactical display stimulating real-time battlefield maneuver. The routine offered a glimpse into the military preparedness to counter modern security threats. As the national flag was lowered at sunset and the military band played the final notes, the event served as both a tribute to fallen heroes and a solemn call to duty for those still in service. Addressing the gathering, Major General Abubakar Sadiq Ndalulu stated that with the graduation of more cadets, the Nigerian military will further enhance its capacity to fight insecurity and restore peace across the country.
As soon to be commissioned officers and military professionals, always remember your constitutional duty to uphold democratic subordination to civilian authority, as well as your core responsibility to protect Nigeria's territorial integrity.
A symbolic fire lighting ceremony represented vigilance, sacrifice, and the enduring flame of national defense. The beating of retreat remains more than a tradition. It is a declaration of strength, unity, and Nigerians' unwavering resolve to secure its future. In Kaduna, Suraj Abdullahi, NTA News.
And Suraj security report completes our package from here. Let's cross over again to Abuja studios to rejoin Mina for the rest of the stories.
Thank you, Salamatu. Meanwhile, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has extended his condolences to the families and friends of the deceased of a Daikon explosion and wishes a swift recovery to those injured. In a statement by the Director, Defense Information, Brigadier General Tuka Gusau, the Defense Headquarters affirms the situation is now under control, stresses that there is no cause for panic. The surrounding community has been reassured that Daikon maintains strict operational safety standards, noting that a full-scale investigation will be conducted to unravel the incident and prevent reoccurrence. Lagos State Police Command has successfully tracked, trailed, and arrested a wanted criminal, which it calls a notorious armed robber, hired assassin, and murderer in his hideout in Ekpe Division of Lagos State. Identified as John Samuel M., 28 years old, from Akwa Ibom State, the suspect was recently released from prison in August 2025 after serving a 6-year jail term for armed robbery. On 18th of August 2025, he was captured on CCTV footage when he fired at the victim with a pistol before dispossessing him of his gold necklace jewelry while his accomplice waited on a motorcycle for their escape. The victim, who sustained serious gunshot wounds during the attack, has since been treated and discharged. The Lagos State Police Command is currently intensifying efforts to arrest other members of his gang and bring them to justice. Commissioner of Police, Lagos State, Olodare Jimo, praised the gallantry and commitment of the operatives that led to the successful arrest of the vicious and notorious armed robbery suspect. The Public Complaints Commission and FCT Police Command have rescued 16 children from an illegal orphanage in Lukogoma's Dongoganda area of the FCT. Officials stormed the premises, evacuating the victims to safety after finding they were allegedly subjected to severe hardship and emotional trauma due to the home's failure to meet minimum care standards. Hawa Gimba reports.
It's revealed that the proprietors of the home failed to meet the minimum standards of care for vulnerable children, exposing them to severe hardship and emotional trauma.
We'll be hearing concerns that this orphanage are maltreating their children, and we have come today, we have seen a first-hand investigation that these children are seriously maltreated. This one here was poured hot water. You can see all his body totally wasted. This one, look at this one, beaten, water, injury, malnourished. This one has a broken leg. This is terrible. Where they are staying is nothing to write home about, but there's a store filled with so many food and clothes. But see what these children are wearing.
Confirming the rescue, FCT Commissioner of Police, Ajawo Adewale Saka, said the children have been secured and the suspects will face justice. Hawagimba, NTA News.
After days in observatory custody following their arrest by the operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, 2 Brazil returnees have excreted 116 grams of heroin and cocaine they ingested at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos, while a businesswoman has been caught in the act with drugs hidden in her underwear. Sawakil Ibrahim brings us details.
It's a tale of 2 Brazilian returnees. One of the suspects, a 46-year-old man, was arrested at the Lagos airport upon his arrival from Brazil to courier a consignment in Lagos for a reward of $2,500. However, he ran out of luck when a body scan confirmed he ingested illicit drugs. He later ingested 111 wraps of heroin in 8 excretions.
How many? 111.
His partner in crime was later arrested at a hotel in Lagos. Similarly, another Brazilian returnee was identified with a Class A drug in his system at the same Lagos airport. And under excretion observation, he finally ingested 5 big wraps of cocaine weighing 145 grams, a process that almost took his life. Meanwhile, a businesswoman was taken into custody after aviation security officers arrested her for concealing illicit drugs in her underwear while attempting to board a flight to Doha. 2 big parcels that tested positive to methamphetamine were recovered from her underwear pad. At the narco export shed of the Lagos airport, NDLEA operatives intercepted a consignment of food items used to conceal 40 wraps of methamphetamine heading to Hong Kong, and a 59-year-old suspect was taken into custody. These arrests and seizures, the NDLEA says, represent a significant milestone in its determined effort to dismantle drug trafficking organizations operating in Nigeria and around the world. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
Port Harcourt is our next stopover, and Gabriela is right there. Hello, Gabriela.
In line with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's push for economic reforms and trade facilitation, the Nigerian Customs Service Area 2 Command, or Port Harcourt, has launched an automated overtime e-clearance system to ease port congestion, curb corruption, and fast-track cargo clearance. Our correspondent has the details.
The Nigerian Customs Service launched the automation of overtime cargo clearance systems to ease port congestion and enhance transparency. The sensitization exercise brought together consignees, customs workers, terminal operators, and officers within the zone. The initiative builds on an earlier policy extending cargo berthing from 30 to 120 days to ensure integrity, compliance, and ease of doing business. Representing the Controller of Special Duties Headquarters, Hadil Haddison, said the platform will enable online submission and tracking of applications, reducing physical visits and manual bottlenecks.
Controller General of Customs, in order to drive home the level of integrity and transparency, deemed it fit to automate the overtime system. This is part of his innovation since he came on board.
Customs Area Controller Port Harcourt Area 2 Command on Air described the launch as a milestone that demonstrates the service commitment to efficiency, transparency, and digital transformation.
With the automated overtime cargo clearance and disposal system, we are demonstrating that customs can be both a facilitator of trade and a guarantor of integrity. The pertinent question is, what does this new system entail? Number one is transparency.
Our question and answer session addressed stakeholders' concerns with assurances that the system would close existing gaps. Participants welcomed the development, noting it will curb congestion and clear cargoes that have overstayed in the ports. The Nigerian Navy ship and its pathfinder Port Harcourt at its last quarterly route march says it is collaborating with sister agencies to enhance security in River State. This is as the Nigerian Navy challenged operators in the maritime to streamline the operations towards checkmating criminalities in the waterways. Kingsley Amajiri reports.
The route march is one of Nigerian Navy key training objectives targeted at physical fitness of personnel and mental alertness. It equally helps to foster teamwork, high morale, and ensure operational readiness of personnel for deployment. This time, NNS Pathfinder had personnel of Nigerian Army, Nigerian Air Force, and Federal Road Safety Corps participating in the exercise. Commander NNS Pathfinder Commodore Kajeta Nanyako, represented by Navy Captain Abubakar Sani, says the command's routine weekly exercises have been very instrumental in its operations in safeguarding Nigeria's territorial waterways.
We are making our best to ensure that the riverine area, the creeks and the rivers are safe as much as possible as we can. We have our gunboats patrolling, and we try to ensure and collaborate with agencies like the National Inland Waterways. I enjoin all the maritime workers to ensure that they follow the regulations, ensure that their boats are registered in accordance with the national laws and state laws, most especially by National Inland Waterways Agency, and also their boat drivers are licensed.
Commodore Nyako reaffirms that the collaboration with other security agencies helps to boost team spirit during joint operations.
This quarterly route march is the last in the series for the year 2025, and for the authorities at the Nigerian Navy Ship Pathfinder, this event remains significant in measuring the operational readiness and enforcing discipline amongst its personnel. I'm Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
In Ibadan after the break. Stay with us.
Welcome to Ibadan. As part of efforts to support education and reduce the financial burden on parents, wife of the Kwara State Governor and chairperson of the Nigeria Governor's Spouses Forum, Professor Lufolake Abdulrazak, has distributed over 500 pairs of school sandals to selected indigent students in public schools across the state. The initiative aims to provide essential school needs for underprivileged students, promote punctuality, and encourage academic excellence as the new academic calendar begins. Aisha Babakari Yahaya reports.
The distribution exercise no doubt reflects the Kwara Forum commitment to students' welfare, education, and community support under her flagship initiatives.
These essential sandals to ease the burden on families and keep our students focused on their studies, because when our girls and boys walk to school without worry, they walk towards leadership, they walk towards innovation.
Also speaking at the event, chairman of the Kwara State Universal Basic Education Board, Professor Shehu Rahim Adaramaja, applauded the numerous impactful interventions of the First Lady, particularly those targeted as primary school pupils.
Our Excellency, the First Lady of Kwara State, has contributed significantly to basic education in our state.
The beneficiaries, visibly excited, showered appreciation on the Kwara First Lady and chairperson of the Nigerian Governor's Spouses Forum for the timely support.
She wants the best for the students of Kwara State, because if not, she will not be able to, she will not donate those standards.
I'm so happy for this standard. Thank you, our First Lady.
The event climaxed with goodwill messages from members of the Kwara State Executive Council, all commending the initiative as a model for community-centered development. Aisha Abubakar Yahaya, NTA News.
As Ibadan gets set for the coronation of its 44th paramount ruler come Friday 26th September 2025, a week-long program of events has been unveiled. This was made known at a press conference held at the Olubadan Palace in Ibadan. Here's the report that the management of NTA Ibadan also joined the retinue of callers at the residence of the Olubadan designate. The Coronation Committee for the Olubadan of Ibadan land, chaired by Chief Bayo Oyero, announced that the program will begin on Monday, September 22nd, with an interdenominational service at the Olubadan Palace in Okearemo. On Tuesday, attention will shift to a cultural day showcasing Ibadan's heritage. Wednesday will feature a coronation lecture by renowned historian Professor Toyin Falola.
We have 3 viewing centers in the city. So people can go to the viewing center. You will be seeing live everything that is happening in Mapu.
Thursday has been set aside for a mega praise and worship session at the Civic Center in Idiakwe, leading up to the main event. The high point of events comes up on Friday, September 26th, when the official coronation ceremony will take place at Makpo Hall, starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. In the meantime, the Bodija residence of the Senator Rashidi Ladoja Olubadan designate has continued to play host to dignitaries and people from all walks of life within and outside the country, including the management of NTA.
He has opened up on plans for NTA, because if Ibadan is to develop to its potential, NTA will be carried along.
Born in 1944, Senator Rashidi Ladoja will turn 81 a day before his coronation as the 44th Thursday, 25th September 2025. And that's it from Ibadan. It's back to you, Mina.
Many thanks, Kemi. And that's Nationwide for today. Enjoy the rest of the week. I am Mina Daniels.